There's a big election coming up sooner than that big election everyone is talking about. The Florida primary election is August 30th. This morning, our political consultant, Dr. Susan Macmanus, here with us. And Dr. Macmanus, of course, Florida, a battleground state in the general election, as it always is. No different this year. The polls very close right now. But you want to talk about what's right in front of us, the primaries, and what people should know about the primaries.
Right. We have some great races. Then it's not just the presidential race, as you said. It's the U.S. Congress, a lot of congressional races, a very, very important U.S. Senate race, a lot of county commission races, and a lot of races for school board and also for the courts, the circuit court and county court. Many people don't realize that you don't have to be a registered Democrat or Republican to vote in these judicial races and school board. And
so important.
And there's also a constitutional amendment on the ballot regarding giving a tax break to businesses that are going to implement energy-saving devices such as solar. A lot for everybody to vote for.
Which is so crucial, and it's part of having educated voters out there so they know about this primary election ahead. Right. I guess we'll start with Marco Rubio's race. I mean, he's obviously gotten a lot of notoriety. You know, when you run for president, that seems to happen, right?
Yes.
Is he really in a fight to get to the general, or is this kind of just part of the process?
Well, he has to beat somebody, and of course Carlos Baruf, which is a person from our area, Manatee County, is running against him, spent a lot of money, self-financed individual. It's a competitive race. It looks like Rubio's ahead, but it's all about turnout, and this tends to be one of those kind of elections where people don't realize they could and should vote, and we're often lucky to see a 20 or 25% turnout, so turnout can be everything. On the other side of the aisle, on the Democratic side, a very great U.S. Senate race as well.
Starting with Alan Grayson, of course.
Alan Grayson.
Pam Keith and Patrick Murphy.
Right.
And many of their ads all over the place.
And let me tell you, this is one of the most important Senate races in the entire country.
And why is that?
Because if the Democrats were to win this seat ultimately in the general election, and 4 other states that are now Republican-controlled flip Democrat, it would mean that the U.S. Senate would be once again controlled by the Democrats. So a lot is at stake. It's why Hillary Clinton, who can win the presidential race without winning Florida, doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to lose that Senate seat.
Very important. There's a lot of interest from our viewers, obviously, about the general election. We hope that none of these candidates have statues made of them. They're popping up in cities with less than flattering parts in it. But let's talk about Trump real quickly, because he did have a campaign shakeup yesterday. Right. Paul Manafort leaving, someone else stepping in as his campaign manager. What does that signal? Does that signal anything to you? This is the second time he's had a major shakeup in the last several months.
Well, when you're lagging in the polls and you're getting ready to get to Labor Day, which is sort of considered the kickoff of the real general election, the fall season, now's the time to make a move. And he did much better on the trail yesterday, maybe with the exception of the comment about blacks, but his speech was much more policy focused. On the other hand, you know, Hillary Clinton's got her own problems. A judge yesterday ruled that she has to testify about her emails. So
the email's not going away.
And even though people say they don't really like either of these candidates, record numbers of people say they just can't stop watching it. 85% of Americans say they just can't stop watching this election.
Well, we know we're going to have you back before the general to get your take on that. But again, August 30th, the primary, you say, get out and vote, but educate yourself first.
Absolutely.
Dr. Susan Macmanus, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
ABC Action News weather cameras powered by Air Rescue Air Conditioning.